Okay, we will start. So just to relax and calm your mind, let's start with 3 minutes. Hari Om all. I would like to welcome all who have gathered here to celebrate the 75th anniversary of Chinmaya Mission. And that is the great work of Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda, the Yuga Purusha and sage of all ages. It all started back in 1951, December 23rd in Pune, when Puja Gurudev brought the Jnana Ganga from Himalayas to our doorsteps by delivering his first public talk, Let Us Be Hindus. Brought to the common man knowledge of the rishis, the path of Sanatana Dharma that built this great culture. Every day since then, he traveled and distributed it with authenticity and love until he had attained Mahasamadhi, August 1993. His vision of bringing ancient knowledge of Vedanta with its depth, how to achieve spiritual and material gains with an attitude of Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu to everyone, from the little ones in Sishuvihar to serious seekers, continues through the Chinmaya movement. The Chinmaya movement awakens the world to the timeless light of Vedanta. The Chinmaya Amrit Mahotsav that you are participating in today is a commemoration of this enduring legacy, a collective expression of gratitude and a revival of the joy and the purpose of his vision. It is a collective invocation, a glorious festival of consciousness, and a radiant unfolding of bliss that knows no bounds. Throughout this year, Chinmaya devotees are uniting worldwide through signature festivals, spiritual initiatives, cultural offerings, center-led events, and global online offerings. So our center has decided to celebrate it with Samashti Gita chanting. So what are we doing today? As part of the celebration, first we will have the Bhagavad Gita Puja, and the details will be explained by Subraji once it starts. Followed by Samashti Gita chanting, chanting of Gita chapter 15 by all gathered here 3 times. Followed by unveiling of Gita Panchamrit by Swami Sarveshananji, which is selected 5 verses of Gita every Hindu should know and something unifying for all of us to chant with dedication. And then we conclude with Prasad distribution. So now moving on to, before I move on to the housekeeping, I just want to say that, I want to call out Supraji for initiating this whole thing, and he has put a lot of his time. As you all know, we are all chanting because of his teaching, and then he has also conducted a lot of satsangs, so that the meaning of this chapter 15 is understood by me. So just let's appreciate Subraji. Give him a big hand. And then of course, along with him, when he does things, Vandanaji is there to help him out. And so Vandanaji and Priyaji, I want to appreciate for all these beautiful decorations that we see here. Thank you so much. So now for a couple of housekeeping announcements. We have a Balavihar registration and sponsorship desk where you can register your child if you are new and have not done it, or can collect the information about it. It's over there, to the right. And then also you can become a sponsor of this event still. It's not too late, so you can just give your name and sign up the sponsorship. And then another important thing is the restrooms. So if you want to use the restroom is if you cross the lobby, it's on the other side. We have put a sign where the restroom is. Okay? And then finally, a kind request to chant when required and maintain silence during other times of the program, so that everyone can enjoy every part of this event. And I would like to conclude with a quote by our current head of Chinmaya Mission, Swami Swarupanji, reminding us of the significance of this celebration. Quote, "In the light of the Guru, the darkness fades. In the grace of the Gita, the soul awakens. The Chinmaya movement is not just a legacy, but a living flame that continues to illuminate our hearts and guide us on the path of eternal bliss." Enjoy the program.
Hari Om. So we'll do the Bhagavad Gita Puja. So we are going to do the puja of Bhagavad Gita as a mother. It's a mother knowledge itself. So mother, all forgiving and all loving. Okay? And it came from Lord Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, so you also have Sri Krishna in the back. Okay? We start with, Shanti Mantra, which you all know, Om Sahana. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We'll do the Achamanam. Okay? You take the water in the hand. Okay? Om Keshavaya Swaha. Om Narayanaya Swaha. Om Madhavaya Swaha. Om Shri Govindaya Namaha. And we'll invoke the blessings of Lord Ganesh. Whenever we do any auspicious things, we always invoke Lord Ganesha's blessings, so everything is going to go without any obstacles, because he is a Nirvighnadarika. Om Ganana Antva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspatana Shrunvannotibhisida Sadhanam Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavatanam Dhyayet Sarva Vikhnopashantaye Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Shri Mahaganapati Mavahayami. Some akshata in the plate and flower. Put it in the same plate. Now we'll do Sankalpa. Why we are doing this puja. Of course, whenever we do a puja, we ask for dharma, artha, kama, right? We need material prosperity. There is nothing wrong in it. We ask that too from Mother Gita. In addition to that, we also ask for spiritual growth, so that our life may become meaningful, so that the divinity which is present in all of our hearts can start reflecting in our day-to-day life, in our dealings with the world outside. So that at the end we have a krita krityata, or the satisfaction, the fulfillment of having done everything in this life. And finally, moksha, the fourth purushartha, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, we say, moksha also. So may her bless us with that. So that's why we do this puja. Om Mamopata Samasta Duridakshaya Dwara Shri Parameshwara Prityartham Asmin Shubhadine Shubhamuhurte Asmakam Sakutumbanam Yogakshema Sthairya Ayurarogya Aishwarya Abhivruddhyartham Dharmartha Kama Mokshancha Chaturvidha Purushartha Phala Siddhyartham Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham Yatha Shakti Yatha Jnanena Srimad Bhagavad Gita Pujam Karishye. Say Mama. Now in this puja, what we are going to do, we will do the Shodashopachara puja, 16-step puja. And for each step, we are going to offer one shloka from the 15th chapter. Okay? And sometimes we may chant two. I will tell you when we do that we are going to chant two of them. Okay? We are doing that because 15th chapter is considered the summary of the entire, or the essence of the entire Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita is the essence of the entire Upanishads. So if by chanting the 15th chapter, it is as good as you are offering the entire Bhagavad Gita, chanting unto her feet. That's why we are doing that. First we do Avahanam, so we invite her over here. The first one, okay? You just join me in chanting. And in between the chanting we have steps, you must maintain silence. The kids, you know how to chant, so chant along with me, even adults as well. Urdhva-moola-madhashakam Ashwatham prahuravayam Chandamsi yasya parnani Yastam veda saveda-vid. Om Shrimad Bhagavad Gita-yai namaha. Avahanarthe pushpani samarpayami. For a flower. Now you offer asanam. So shloka number 2. Adhashchordvam prasratastasya shakha guna pravruddha vishaya pravalaha adhashcha mulanyarusantatani karmanubandhini manushya-loke. Om Shrimad Bhagavad Gita-yai namaha. Asanarthe pushpani samarpayami. Now Padyam, we are going to chant two shlokas, number 3 and number 4. Okay? Narupamasyeha tathopalabhyate nanto na chadim na cha sampratishtha ashvattamenam suvirudhamulam asangashastrena dridhena chitva tatah padam tatparimargitavyam yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyah tameva chadyam purusham prabhadye yatah pravrittih pravruta purani. Om Shrimad Bhagavad Gita-yai namaha. Padayoho padyam samarpayami. Water, you just show it there and put it in this place. Okay? Don't put water in that main plate, put it in the other plate. Now Arghyam, Shloka number 5. Nirmana mohajita sangha dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha dvandvai vimukta sukha dukkha sanyeh gacchantya mudha paramamvyayam tat. Om Srimad Bhagavad Gitaye Namaha. Arghyam samarpayami. Now Achamanam, Shloka number 6. Natad bhasayate surya na shashanko na pavakaha yad gatva na nivartante tadhama paramam mama. Om Srimad Bhagavad Gitaye Namaha. Achamaniyam samarpayami. Snanam, Shloka number 7 and 8. Mamai vansho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha manashasthani indriyani prakritisthani karshati shariram yadavapnoti yachapyutkramati गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात्. ओम श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतायै नमः. महाभिषेकस्नानं समर्पयामि. वस्त्रम, श्लोक नंबर 9. श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते. ओम श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतायै नमः. वस्त्रोपार्थे अक्षतान् समर्पयामि. Yajnopavitam. We'll chant number 10 and 11 together. Okay? Utkramantam sthitam vapi bhunjanam vagunanvitam vimodhananupashyanti pashyanti jnanachakshusah yatanto yoginaschainam पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यतन्तोऽप्यकृतात्मानः नैनं पश्यन्त्यचेतसः. ॐ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतायै नमः. यज्ञोपवीतं समर्पयामि. Offer a flower. Gandham. Shloka number 12. Yadadityagadam tejah jagadbhasayadekhilam yachandramasi yacchagnou tattejo vidhi mamakam. Om Srimad Bhagavad Gitaye Namaha. Chandanam samarpayami. Kunkuma, Akshata and Haldi, everything. Pushpam. We'll chant 13 and 14 together. गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधीः सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम्। ओम श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतायै नमः। यथाकालोद्भव नानाविध पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि। We are going to do now Ashtottara Shatanama, 108 names of Bhagavad Gita. Okay? And for every name you offer a flower unto her feet. And as I said, we are worshipping her as a mother, so all these names are in female form. Okay? Om Srimad Bhagavad Gitaye Namaha. Om Shri Krishnamritavanyay Namaha. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitaye Namaha. Om Vyasena Grathitaye Namaha. Om Sanjaya Varnitaye Namaha. Om Mahabharata Madhyasthitaye Namaha. Om Kurukshetre Upadishtaye Namaha. Om Bhagavate Namaha. Om Ambarupaye Namaha. Om Advaitamritavarshinye Namaha. Om Bhavadveshinye Namaha. Om Ashtadashadhyaye Namaha. Om Sarvopanishatsaraye Namaha. Om Brahma Vidyaye Namaha. Om Yogashastra Rupaye Namaha. Om Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvada Rupaye Namaha. Om Shri Krishna Hridayaye Namaha. Om Sundarye Namaha. Om Madhuraye Namaha. Om Punitaye Namaha. Om Karma Marma Prakashinye Namaha. Om Kama Sakti Haraye Namaha. Om Tattvajnana Prakashinye Namaha. Om Nischala Bhakti Vidhayinye Namaha. Om Nirmalaye Namaha. Om Kalimalaharinye Namaha. Om Ragadvesha Vidarinye Namaha. Om Modakarinye Namaha. Om Bhavabhayaharinye Namaha. Om Tarinye Namaha. Om Paramananta Pradaye Namaha. Om Ajnananashinye Namaha. Om Asura Bhava Vinashinye Namaha. Om Daivi Sampat Pradaye Namaha. Om Hari Bhakta Priyaye Namaha. Om Sarva Shastra Swaminye Namaha. Om Daya Sudha Varshinye Namaha. Om Haripada Prema Pradayinye Namaha. Om Shri Pradaye Namaha. Om Vijaya Pradaye Namaha. Om Bhudidaye Namaha. Om Nitidaye Namaha. Om Sanatanye Namaha. Om Sarvadharma Swarupinye Namaha. Om Samasta Siddhidaye Namaha. Om Sanmarga Darshikaye Namaha. Om Triloki Pujyaye Namaha. Om Arjuna Vishada Harinye Namaha. Om Prasada Pradaye Namaha. Om Nityatma Swarupa Darshikaye Namaha. Om Anityadeha Samsara Rupa Darshikaye Namaha. Om Punarjanma Rahasya Prakatikaye Namaha. Om Swadharma Prabodhinye Namaha. Om Sthita Prajna Lakshana Darshikaye Namaha. Om Karma Yoga Prakashikaye Namaha. Om Yajna Bhavana Prakashinye Namaha. Om Vividha Yajna Pradarshikaye Namaha. Om Chitta Shuddhidaye Namaha. Om Kamanashopaya Bodhikaye Namaha. Om Avatara Tattva Vicharinye Namaha. Om Jnana Prapti Sadhanopadeshikaye Namaha. Om Dhyana Yoga Bodhinye Namaha. Om Mano Nigraha Marga Pradipikaye Namaha. Om Sarva Vidha Sadhaka Hitakarinye Namaha. ओम ज्ञान विज्ञान प्रकाशिकायै नमः। ओम परापर प्रकृति बोधिकायै नमः। ओम सृष्टि रहस्य प्रकटिकायै नमः। ओम चतुर्विध भक्त लक्षण दर्शिकायै नमः। ओम भुक्ति मुक्तिदायै नमः। ओम जीव जगदीश्वर स्वरूप बोधिकायै नमः। ओम प्रणव ध्यानोपदेशिकायै नमः। ओम कर्मोपासन फलदर्शिकायै नमः। ओम राजविद्यायै नमः। ओम राजगुह्यायै नमः। ओम प्रत्यक्षावगमायै नमः। ओम धर्म्यायै नमः। ओम सुलभायै नमः। ओम योगक्षेमकारिण्यै नमः। ओम भगवद्विभूति विस्तारिकायै नमः। ओम विश्वरूप दर्शन योग युक्तायै नमः। ओम भगवदैश्वर्य प्रदर्शिकायै नमः। ओम भक्तिदायै नमः। ओम भक्ति विवर्धिन्यै नमः। ओम भक्त लक्षण बोधिकायै नमः। ओम सगुण निर्गुण प्रकाशिन्यै नमः। ओम क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञ विवेककारिण्यै नमः। ओम दृढ़ वैराग्य कारिण्यै नमः। ओम गुणत्रय विभागदर्शिकायै नमः। ओम गुणातीत पुरुष लक्षण दर्शिकायै नमः। ओम अश्वत्थ वृक्ष वर्णनकारिण्यै नमः। ओम संसार वृक्ष छेदनोपाय बोधिन्यै नमः। ओम त्रिविध श्रद्धा स्वरूप प्रकाशिकायै नमः। ओम त्याग संन्यास तत्वदर्शिकायै नमः। ओम यज्ञदान तपस्वरूप बोधिन्यै नमः। ओम ज्ञान कर्म कर्तृस्वरूप बोधिकायै नमः। ओम शरणागति रहस्य प्रदर्शिकायै नमः। ओम आश्चर्य रूपायै नमः। ओम विस्मयकारिण्यै नमः। ओम आह्लादकारिण्यै नमः। ओम भक्तिहीन जनागम्यायै नमः। ओम जगत उद्धारिण्यै नमः। ओम दिव्य दृष्टि प्रदायै नमः। ओम धर्म संस्थापिकायै नमः। ओम भक्तजन सेव्यायै नमः। ओम सर्वदेवस्तुतायै नमः। ओम ज्ञान गंगायै नमः। ओम श्री कृष्ण प्रियतमायै नमः। ओम सर्वमंगलायै नमः। ओम श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतायै नमः। Dhupam. Not like that. No.
There's another God.
Ladies and gentlemen.
No train.
Chant 15 shloka. सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टः मत्तस्मृतिज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यः वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम्। ॐ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतायै नमः। धूपम् आघ्रापयामि। Dipam, 16th shloka. Dvavimau purushau loke ksharaschaksara eva cha ksharas sarvani bhutani kudasthokshara uchyate. Om Shrimad Bhagavad Gitaye Namaha. Dipam sandarshayami. Next, Naivedyam, 17th shloka. Uttamah purushastvanyah paramatmetyudahritah yo lokatrayamavishya vibhatyauvyaya ishwarah. Om Shrimad Bhagavad Gitaye Namaha. Mahanaivedyam nivedayami. Satyam vartena parashincha. You can take a towel, water, Om Pranaya Swaha, Om Apanaya Swaha, Om Vyanaya Swaha, Om Udanaya Swaha, Om Samanaya Swaha, Om Brahmane Swaha. Kripaya Pratigrihyatam. तांबूलम श्रीमद् भगवद गीताये नमः। मुखवासनार्थे तांबूलम समर्पयामि। वाटर से ओम श्रीमद् भगवद गीताये नमः। सुवर्ण पुष्प दक्षिणां समर्पयामि। Mahaniranjanam. So, Arati. So we'll put the chant 18th sloka. Yasmat ksharamati toham aksharadapi chottamaha atosmi loke vedecha prathika purushottamaha. Om Shrimad Bhagavad Gitaye Namaha. Mahaniranjanam samarpayami achamaniyam samarpayami. ಒಳ್ಳು ನಾವು ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಆರತಿ
Everybody will stand for this.
जय भगवद्गीते जय जय भगवद्गीते हरिय कमल विहारिणि हरिय कमल विहारिणि सुंदर सुपुनीते जय जय भगवद्गीते कर्म सुमर्म प्रकाशिनी कामासक्ति हरा कामासक्ति हरा तत्वज्ञान विकासिनी तत्वज्ञान विकासिनी विद्या ब्रह्म परा जय जय भगवद्गीते निश्चल भक्ति विधायिनी निर्मल मलहारी निर्मल मलहारी शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी सब विधि सुखकारी जय जय भगवद्गीते राग द्वेष विदारिणी कारिणी मोद सदा कारिणी मोद सदा भव भयहारिणि तारिणि भव भयहारिणि तारिणि परमानंद प्रदा जय जय भगवद्गीते आसुर भाव विनाशिनी नाशिनी तमरजनी नाशिनी तमरजनी दैवी सद्गुणदायिनी दैवी सद्गुणदायिनी हरिरसिका सजनी जय जय भगवद्गीते समता त्याग सिखावनी हरिमुख की वाणी हरिमुख की वाणी सकल शास्त्र की स्वामिनी, सकल शास्त्र की स्वामिनी, श्रुतियों की रानी। जय जय भगवद गीते, दया सुधा बरसावनी, मातु कृपा की जय, मातु कृपा की जय। हरि पद प्रेम दान कर, हरि पद प्रेम दान कर, अपनों कर दीजय। जय जय भगवद गीते, जय भगवद गीते, जय जय भगवद गीते। हरिय कमल विहारिणि, हरिय कमल विहारिणि, सुंदर सुपुनीते। जय जय भगवद गीते। You will come here later to take, prasad and eat the pustaka and the chant. You can take arati and also, come here, do pranams and you can do that later. Okay, now you can take arati right from there.
भगवान कृष्ण भगवान की
Jai. You can have a seat. Now we'll do mantra pushpam. So we'll offer this sloka there, and then the flowers will be distributed to all of you. And then we chant mantra pushpam, and they will offer it here too in your plate. But then we'll also collect it back from you once the mantra pushpam is done. Okay. So we'll offer. 19, Shloka 19. Yo mameva samudha janati purushottamam sa sarvavid bhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata. Can also distribute to kids as well, adults. Everybody will be standing for this, holding the flower and doing. ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान् शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् तद्विष्णोः परमं पदं सदा पश्यन्ति सूरयः दिवीव चक्षुराततम् तद्विप्रासो विपन्यभोजाग्रवागुं सस्समिन्धते विष्णोर्यत्परमं पदं दैवी विमाय सलिलानि चक्ष्रति एकपदी द्विपदी सा चतुष्पदी अष्टापदी नवपदी बभूषी सहस्राक्षरा परमे व्योमन् राजाधिराजाय प्रसह्य साहिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यम् कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः पर्याप्त्यानन्तरायाय सर्वस्तोमोतिरात्र उत्तममहर्भवति सर्वस्याप्त्यै सर्वस्य जित्यै सर्वमेव तेनाप्नोति सर्वं जयति इति मन्त्रपुष्पं समर्पयामि. You guys can offer it to the Lord and please collect all the flowers from everybody in the plate. Hari Om. So while you are standing, we have Hari Om everyone. After this we'll do Pradakshina Namaskara. So while you are standing, so we'll offer the 20th, the last shloka with this. इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मान्तरकृतानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणपदे पदे पापोऽहं पापकर्माहं पापात्मा पापसम्भवः त्राहि मां कृपया देवी सर्वपापहरा भव प्रदक्षिणनमस्कारान् समर्पयामि Sit. We can sit now. Yeah, okay. This time, Kayena Vacha. कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रिये वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. We'll do last Kalyan Prarthana, Asatoma. Asatoma Satgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya, Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ॐ लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम. That concludes our puja. And we will be doing now Samashti Gita means the 15th chapter. We'll all chant together. We're supposed to do it 3 times. Okay? You guys can bring all the novels and put it in that plate. Everybody and all is cleaned up.
Hari Om. I hope everybody has that printout or a PDF of the chapter 15. If you do not have it, we have some QR codes on the wall. If you scan it, you can get to the PDF. The QR code on the wall should give you the PDF of the chapter 15. Thank you for all your cooperation and maintaining silence. So now we want 100% participation in the chanting. And then after that, the best part, Gita Panchamrit. by Swami Samashti. That will be a treat.
Let us see how we do, okay? So you have the PDF? If not, we have sent you that. But there's a QR code you can scan and get a PDF if you want. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः पुरुषोत्तमयोगः श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमधः शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित् अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा प्रवालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन छित्त्वा ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी निर्माणमोहादिकसङ्गदोषाः अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ताः सुखदुःखसंज्ञैः गच्छन्त्यमूढाः परमव्ययं तत् न तद्भासयते सूर्यः न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनःषष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यदवाप्नोति यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यतन्तो
पश्यन्त्यचेतसः यदादित्यगतं तेजः जगद्भासयतेऽखिलम् यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम् गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधीः सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम् सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टः मत्तस्मृतिज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यः वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम् द्वाविमौ पुरुषौ लोके क्षरश्चाक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्यः परमात्मेत्युदाहृतः यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्त्यव्यय ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवमसम्मूढः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमम् स सर्वविद् भजति माम् सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे पुरुषोत्तमयोगो नाम पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः.
There are two more. We need a break. You guys are okay? Yes. One more.
ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः. अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः. पुरुषोत्तमयोगः. श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमधः शाखम् अश्वत्थं राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित् अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी निर्माणमोहादितसङ्गदोषाः अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ताः सुखदुःखसंज्ञैः गच्छन्त्यमूढाः पदमव्ययं तत् न तद्भासयते सूर्यः न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनःषष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यदवाप्नोति यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यतन्तोऽप्यकृतात्मानः नैनं पश्यन्त्यचेतसः यदादित्यगतं तेजः जगद्भासयतेऽखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम् गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधीः सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधं सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टः मत्तस्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यः वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहं द्वारिमौ पुरुषौ लोके क्षरश्चाक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्यः परमात्मेत्युदाहृतः यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्त्यव्यय ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवमसम्मूढः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद्भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे पुरुषोत्तमयोगो नाम पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः.
So you guys are doing good, right? Want to do one more? ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः. अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः. पुरुषोत्तमयोगः.
यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित् अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन छित्त्वा ततः परं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी निर्माणमोहाजितसङ्गदोषाः अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ताः सुखदुःखसन्धेः गच्छन्त्यमूढाः परमव्ययं तत् न तद्भासयते सूर्यः न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनःषष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यदवाप्नोति यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यतन्तोऽप्यकृतात्मानः नैनं पश्यन्त्यचेतसः यदादित्यगतं तेजः जगद्भासयतेऽखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम् गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा कृष्णानि चौषधीः सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम् सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टः मत्तस्मृतिज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यः वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहं द्वाविधौ पुरुषौ लोके क्षरश्चाक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्यः परमात्मेत्युदाहृतः यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्त्यव्यय ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवमसम्मूढः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्व सर्वविद्भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे पुरुषोत्तमयोगो नाम पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः.
Very good. We'll do the Gita Panchamritam unveiling by Swamiji. You guys thirsty? You water? Yeah. Huh? Some water? Good. Oh, is there waiting for Panchamrita?
Chocolate is like this and Krishna is like this.
Ready? You can put the slokas. Okay. Maybe. Take just 5 minutes break. You're going to have water. We'll bring water if you want here. So you can have some water if you want. Because it is important to focus on what Swamiji is going to say, because these 5 slokas are very practical, and that is how we start practicing Bhagavad Gita and bring it into our life. So let us have some water, and then so we can focus on it. Okay?
Hari Om, we are about to start. We would love to have you all maintain silence, please. Hari Om, kids, please.
Those of you who do not know Swamiji, Swami Sarveshananji was a resident acharya in the Dallas Center, and he was there for many years, maybe 20 years or more. And then he is instrumental in starting and establishing this center, and we have been very thankful and really appreciate him doing this 20 minutes video for us. There are other 5 of them. For each of those yogas is elaborated on that separately, so you must also watch them. There is a playlist, okay? But this is going to give you an overview of all the 5 yogas, okay? And then we are going to chant it, and then you are going to listen to the his address, okay? So you just repeat after me, okay? Can you read that? Uddharedātmanātmānam nātmānamavasādayet ātmaiva hyātmano bandhuh आत्मैव रिपुरात्मनः मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि यत्करोषि यदश्नासि यज्जुहोषि ददासि यत् यत्तपस्यसि कौन्तेय तत्कुरुष्व मदर्पणम् अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो माम् ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम् सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः Very good. Now let's listen to Swamiji.
Hari Om. In this last of the series on Panchamritam, the 5 shlokas specifically selected by Puja Swami Tejavananji to give us the overall crux and a synopsis of the entire Bhagavad Gita. The idea being that when we are asked to give a gist of Bhagavad Gita, we should be able to quickly wrap our thought with these 5 shlokas and give the very heart of Bhagavad Gita, the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Plus, it also helps us guide ourselves with the pointers given through each one of these 5 shlokas so that we can always look at our own sadhana and evolution. Am I on the path? Am I walking the path? Or is it just intellectual dry assimilation? So these 5 shlokas, it's not again to downgrade or to talk less about the other shlokas. This is the essence. So that we get the entire gist in a quick succession. The 5 shlokas taken from different chapters. It starts with the first one taken from the 6th chapter, 5th shloka. Uddharedatmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet atmaiva hyatmano bandhuhu atmaiva ripuratmanaha. The first and foremost focal point, just like in a GPS, whenever we want to go to a point of interest, the first starting point is most important. Where exactly am I? The moment I realize where I am, to reach where I have to becomes easier. Supposing you take the GPS or the Google Maps and you type in where you want to get to, but you have deliberately not given it where exactly you are. Do you think it is going to give us any direction? Probably not. It's an impossible task. So for any evolutionary process for a seeker in life, we need to know our coordinates and how or where am I. So for that, the first and foremost that is discussed is Uddharet Atmana Atmanam. I have come alone in this world, I will be going out of this world all alone, and it is only by my effort that I can uplift myself. Even those blessing environments of Guru, Shastra, Ishvara Kripa can help us only if we are ready to commit for ourselves. Uddharet Atmana Atmana. Lift oneself by oneself, and though we should recognize our inadequacies, our negativities, so that we can work on them, not to beat us down and constantly be critical of ourselves and create an image of ourselves that I am negative only. Papoham, papakarmoham, papatma, papasambhava. Bas bhi karo. From there, am I ready to commit to grow? So that is one of the most important aspects. That I recognize both the positives and negatives, but I am willing to work on my negativities, to sublimate them, to purge them, while strengthening myself with the positive aspects. Uddharet Atmana Atmanam Na Atmanam Avasadayet. The moment I understand this, I become the best of my friends. I become the friend of my own mind. And I act contrary to this and constantly beat myself down with various critical analysis paralysis, to constantly look at my own negativities but never work on them. Then I become my worst enemy. So let us recalibrate ourselves so that I know where exactly am I. So that the moment I know where I am, I can commit myself and take charge to bring change in myself. See, in life, you cannot avoid karma, which we will see in the next sloka. But to come out of that karma as a better person or as a bitter person, that is my choice. So let us commit for ourselves and our growth. Now, while I commit myself, how do I execute it? Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbuhu ma te sangostva karmani. Karmani eva adhikarahate. Our responsibility is to work. There is nobody in this world that can say or claim that I do not have the need to act or put work. From womb to the tomb, up until the last moment, act we must. Whether by choice or by the pressure of nature, we will be forced to act. So take the responsibilities diligently, joyously, and deliver them to the best that the situation is demanding out of us. And ma phaleshu kadachana. The purpose of the action should not be for the result of it. Result will anyway come. I have done the action, the result of the action, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whatever be the result of it, will come back to me. I don't need to worry about it, I don't need to be anxious about it. If not now, later it shall come. Ma karma phala heturbuhu. Therefore, do not make the fruits of our action as our motive. It should be the inspiration to perform the action, because that is my responsibility. And various experiences that I go unfold as my experience only because I have been the only triggering factor in the past for it to unfold as my present. Nobody else, no one else, no Tarabala, no stars alignment or my fate, my destiny, Bhagavan is being cruel at me. None of that matters. None of that is true. It is just I am responsible for my present moment. The moment I hear that my results are not my motivation anymore, then flippantly we would argue, then why in heaven should I even perform those actions? So therefore he says very cautiously, cautioning us all, Ma te sangaha astu akarmani. May this not push us to be indifferent towards our own responsibilities. So perform your actions, because that is the prarabdha that I have triggered. I have to genuinely give my best that the situation is demanding, and while I am doing it, let me not be carried away by the result of it. Let me focus in the present moment as the presence, delivering the best to that situation as my response. The responsibility is catered. So the attitude of the one who is constantly engaged in the field of work, how should it be? Yat karoshi yadashnasi yat juhoshi dadasi yat tat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Whatever I do, karoshi, yadashnasi, whatever I eat. Here, eating is not just through the mouth. Every sense organ of perception, has the food for its contentment. So don't we say that there is food for thought? There is of course thought of food, but food for thought, eyes, ears, nose, touch, they all have food. Food for fulfilling that particular sense organ. Yadashnasi, whatever I am being entertaining as the food for my different sense organs. Yad juhoshi, कुछ पाना है तो कुछ खोना है. The readiness to sacrifice. Yat tapasyasi, and the penance, the commitment towards myself and to the goal that I am setting up for myself. All of this, He Kaunteya, He Kunti Nandana, Tat Purushva Madarpanam, dedicated to the highest altar of that Supreme. Simple acts dedicated to the field of science is called they are devoted to science. Simple act devoting or dedicating ourselves to the nation, they are called Desha Bhakta. Not to the highest. This is the only way. Though the training happens in the puja room in front of the altar, when I sit, tune my mind with puja, japa, dhyana, but when I come into the action, it is not just limited to that time and space. When I come into the field of action, I bring the same attitude that anything that I am doing, whatever I am interacting with, is the very essence, is the very expression of Bhagavan, and unto that expression of Bhagavan, I am offering all these different actions. Now with this attitude, I protect myself from the anxiety. I protect myself from the vasana layer to be developed within. I help myself to purge the existing set of vasanas, and all the anxieties, pressures and the ups and downs, they are controlled, they are balanced out. When I say control, it is not like throttling somebody's throat. Controlled meaning a sense of balance in life. When we offer Tat Purushva Madarpanam. Now when the outside field, the actions are happening, the inside, how should it be? Of course, it should be alert, vigilant. With what thought? So that is said in the 9th chapter, 22nd shloka. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janaha paryupasate. Ananyaha, anya means other. Ananya meaning non-other, meaning thinking of no other, constantly thinking of Bhagavan. Ye janaha sadhakaha, the seekers of truth. Paryupasate, upasana is to take our mind closest to that Supreme. How? Ananya, without any sense of otherness, without entertaining any other thought as my refuge. Where do I create it? The sanctum sanctorum of that divine is in my own heart. In my heart, where that conscious principle throbs as life, there, in that sanctuary of peace within, I bring my mind and intellect, the antakarana, and devote it at that altar. That when there is, life will bring all ups and downs. Though the life may bring the ups and downs, but internal gyroscope is set in such a manner that the balance is not disturbed. However large, however insignificant, insulting the situation can be, but I remain in that equilibrium, the equipoised state of mind.
Very nice people.
Tesham, unto them. What is Bhagavan's promise? He says, Tesham nityabhiyuktanam, unto such people, nitya abhiyuktanam, abhitaha, comprehensively from all sides in their thought, word, deed. They are nitya and ananya. They are constant, consistent, they are unwavering in the thought of the divine, in and through every word, every thought, every action that we perform. To them, Bhagavan promises, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. Does the mind constantly, because of its own insecurities of wrong identities, it likes to procure certain things and find security in those things. Things, people, situations, limelight, spotlight. Bhagavan says you don't need to worry about it. Your yoga, that which you have to procure, Bhagavan says he will provide. And that to be secured, Bhagavan says he will provide. All that I have to do is tune my mind to take it to the core of my own being on the altar of that sanctum sanctorum within and place that antakarana there. Constantly rooted in, centered in. From there I function in the world. However be the tidal waves, because of that centering, because of that gyroscope within, it doesn't oscillate. The mind remains calm, peaceful in any given circumstance. Now what happens when we fine-tune ourselves like this? So in the 18th chapter, 66th shloka, Bhagavan says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyaha mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. First and foremost, when Bhagavan begins Bhagavad Gita, which happens in second chapter, because first chapter is Arjuna Vishada, it is his Vishada which he is expressing. But when Bhagavan starts, he starts with Ma Shuchaha, thou shalt not grieve. See the consistency of thought. He begins with that thought, it's almost like the end of Bhagavad Gita. He is concluding with Ma Shucha. Why? He is promising, he is reassuring. Moksha Ishyami, I will liberate, provided Sarva Dharman Parityajya. This should not be wrongly understood like all my dharma, all my responsibilities have to be given up. That is not what it means. My Swadharma, here I am not using it as a singular word, it is two words. Swa and Swasya Dharma. The dharma of self. The dharma of self is Satchidananda Swarupa. In that Satchidananda Swarupa, which is my true nature, instead of being, abiding and functioning as that Satchidananda, I wrongly identify myself as the body, as the mind, as the intellect, various relations, various responsibilities, various roles. In and through the entire day, entire life, I keep changing masks. There is a mask of a certain role responsibility. There is another role and responsibility. I change the mask. Constantly there is this change. All those masks have to be peeled away. Gurudev used to say, undress and embrace. Undress all the wrong ideas, wrong identifications, and embrace the true nature of one's own self. Sarva dharman parityajya Mam Ekam, that conscious principle which is in the sanctum sanctorum, thriving, throbbing as life, here in this equipment, identify with it and take refuge in it. Let that antakarana merge itself. Let that identifier merge himself into that supreme within. To such one, Aham, Bhagavan promises that I as Ishvara, Sarva Papebhyaha, whatever you have done, not done, been responsible or been irresponsible, the sin of omission and commission, all of that, I release you from that bondage. Because the moment that centering happens, all the existing force of that karma vasana gets burnt. Will they not enjoy life? It is like when there is, say, peanuts, groundnut. You roast it, it enhances the flavor, but it cannot regerminate. Similarly, all these are roasted away, that they will not have an influence to create another cycle of birth and death. But that prarabdha has to be lived, therefore the body continues. He says, this is the best way to fine-tune oneself. And that therefore, Bhagavad Gita becomes the very manual for us to deal with ourselves in relation to the world, connecting to that divine within. And so rightly named Gita Panchamrita, that which takes us from Mrita to Amritatva, from darkness to that light which is my own true nature. Hope we grasp this meaning. Chant the shlokas, memorize the shlokas, and try living these day to day in our life and uplift ourselves. I pray unto that Paramatma, that Ishvara, our own Puja Gurudev, and the entire Guru Parampara to bless us, to enable us to live this life. Because the one who is overflowing with joy alone can provide joy to the world around. So let us be those that are providing that joy to the world, rather than constantly having hidden agendas to eke out joy from others. Let's be the one that gives that joy to the world. Maximum happiness to maximum people for maximum time. Let us be that agency of that Paramatma in this life. Right here, right now. Hari.
What do you think? It's good, right? That is the beauty of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is not asking you to quit doing what you are doing and then start practicing spirituality, because both are so intertwined with each other. You can't separate. If somebody says, I'm too busy now, I'll start practicing spirituality when I retire, so you should tell him, better luck next life. But no, next life. Because it's never going to happen. Number one, it's impossible to develop that inclination of spirituality overnight. It's not going to happen. And number two, when you're retired and you're sitting on the sofa all day, nobody wants you, where are you going to apply that knowledge, even if you have, and test that knowledge out? You have to test it out. So let us start it. Now, as Swamiji said. So sometimes we say, I want to be spiritual, but I don't know where to start. This is a real good start. Try to practice those 5 Panchamritam shlokas, but that is not the end in itself. If you are sincere, other resources will come your way, and Mother Gita will guide you through. She will provide you with what you need. There is no doubt about it. So let us pray to Gita ji that may she give us the Shraddha, Bhakti, and the right knowledge and guide us through this spiritual path. Thank you everybody for coming. How did our kids do? They did pretty good, right, chanting? Thank you. Okay, very good. And thank you to all the parents. Sorry for bombarding you with emails and WhatsApp messages. Thank you for attending. There are a lot of other people, non-Bahagia, here to parents. So thank you also for attending and for being a part of this effort. So give them a round of applause. I'd like to thank teachers in addition to everything that they do, spending a lot of time. They did do the prasad today, cook prasad. Thank you, teachers. Thank you very much. If the teachers are here, can the teacher just stand up? So all the teachers stand up. And the sponsors, we really appreciate you, and your generosity will really go a long way in doing what we are doing and in maintaining and running this operation. One day hopefully we'll have a facility of our own. Thank you. And volunteers, I would like to thank all the volunteers who really worked very hard. And yesterday particularly, when we came here at 7 o'clock for setting up this hall, it was a real mess here. So I would like to really thank them. If it was not for them, we would be here probably yesterday all night. So when our group went back, it was 10 o'clock or so at night. But without them, it would have been very difficult. And I'm going to, I'm going to read out the names. Keshwarajan Velmayo, Manivandan Murugeshan, Mani Pattathil, Nataraj Siddhalingappa, and Nandan Nataraj, Vinod Chincholkar, Karthik Shivkumar, and I'd like to really appreciate Krishna Kumar Raman, who is doing the video and does it very selflessly. Thank you. Thank you. Now the next item is prasad, but before that, you guys can come here and offer your pranams to the altar here and take your Yajna Prasad, the Gita Panchamrit booklet, which you can start practicing one per family. Okay, first we'll here Puja Yajamans will receive it first, and then others can come and offer your pranams and take Yajna Prasad, and then don't leave without taking prasad because they have put a lot of effort in preparing prasad. Okay? Thank you.
I was born Please take this off. Oh, no. Oh, God.